This is video 5, guys, in the goal setting videos. So the 5th video, and this is quite an important one that again really needs to hammer home that you need to do this to make sure you can achieve your goals, and that is you need to create leverage for that goal. Okay, so when I say leverage is you need to do something that has a consequence if you don't reach your goal. Too often or not, we set ourselves a goal and we fail at it and we're like, fuck it, I tried. Or it's too an unrealistic goal and you're like, fuck it, what's the point? Move on. You need to create some kind of leverage as to what will happen if you reach the goal or if you don't reach the goal. Now it's up to you what you choose. It's the carrot and stick scenario. Is what works better for you. Is it a carrot? Is it a motivation that if you reach this goal, I will get a reward for it? Or is it a stick? Is it, if I don't reach this goal, I will? Now, again, this is something that we spoke about on a podcast, me and John Young spoke about on a podcast, and the power of leverage, and we actually had two different views as to what one we choose, but there's no right or wrong answer because it's for each individual. The good thing about the carrot is it's a reward. People like reaching for rewards and it can keep them on track. The other input I had with the stick is people always run away from fear. And something I heard Elliot Hulse talk about years ago was you're given £1 million and you're told to run as fast as you can to get to that £1 million. You will run like your life's dependent on it, okay? And you think you won't be able to run any faster. But then somebody says this big dog's going to chase you. I can guarantee you'll run faster from a runaway from that dog than you will run chasing towards a dream. So that's why the stick might work for some people. Now, with regards to this leverage, you need to find something that's quite important. You need to create something that, yes, there's a reward for it, but you need to find another kind of avenue to create that leverage. And there's a few ways you can do it. You can use social leverage, so use your social media to say, guys, I'm doing this 6-week challenge, or I'm doing X, Y, and Z, because the check-ins and stuff like that really keep you on track, because you don't want to be seen as that person that's failing. Somebody that I follow, Alan Manny, was doing his 6 a.m. morning routine, and he actually said in his videos that because he was doing them live on social media, it was keeping him accountable in those mornings where he couldn't be arsed getting up. And that's what the power of that leverage can have on you, because it makes sure that you stick to what you said you're going to do. The other thing which I think is ideal is find somebody that you don't want to let down. Coach or something, I don't know if you know any coaches or anything, but and what I mean by this is you need to find somebody that you are accountable to, that you don't want to sit there and go, fuck, I didn't make my goal. And that's why the power of a coach can be so important, because you've got to do a check-in with a coach, and a coach says, right, did you do your 4 workouts this week? No. Did you do your nutrition plan this week? No. Right. It's on you. How shit do you feel at the end of that? You feel awful. Whereas when you've got that accountability to someone other than yourself, those little excuses that you make in your head soon start to vanish, because you're like, I don't want to let this person down. All right. Now, it needs to be somebody that you feel bad about letting down. So that's what's important. Don't just pick whoever. The other way to look at it is, if you don't want to let people down, is when you give yourself a reward, try and aim for a reward that won't have a negative impact on what you've just done. So for example, I'm going to do this 6-week challenge to look great, feel great, and at the end of it, I'm going to have a pizza. It's kind of a negative impact of all the hard work you've done, and you're probably going to create negative connotations with your food. However, what you could do is you could say something like, if I reach my goal in 6 weeks, I'm going to take the kids on holiday, or something like that. Now, again, you could say, I'm going to go on holiday, but if you create that additional leverage, I'm going to take the kids on holiday. If you fail, you feel like you're letting those kids down, and that's why it can be quite powerful and stuff like that. So, important key takeaway from this is build your leverage. As I say, that's the 5 videos for your goal setting. I hope you've worked. So you've seen your long-term goal, you've seen how to build your short-term goals to work towards a long-term goal. You found your first steps in it. you've found the progress trackers, and then you've got your leverage there. If you need anything else with regards to motivation, drop me a DM, but I hope you enjoyed these videos.